Welcome back. My name is Dr. Baird, and today I'll be taking you through a step-by-step guide to help you perform your first deadlift. So the deadlift is one of the best full body strengthening movements to help limit impact on your joints and prevent pain and arthritis as you get older. But with that being said, it's important that you learn how to do it right. And so this step-by-step process will make sure that you're able to perform the deadlift with good form so that you can build strength without stressing your joints. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you'll need to learn to perform a deadlift safely without injuring your lower back is how to find and maintain your neutral spine. So the neutral spine is just the natural position of the spine where the least amount of impact goes through your discs, your joints, and other structures of the spine. And you need to learn how to find it, but also maintain it when you start lifting heavy weights like in a deadlift. So a great exercise to practice this is called the hip hinge. And to perform, all we're going to need is a PVC pipe or something you can place along your spine. And you want it to touch 3 points. So it's going to touch the back of my head, my mid-back, and then my sacrum and pelvis area. And what you'll notice is there is a gap in my low back. There's also a gap in my neck. That is what we want. That is totally normal. We don't want to try to flatten our low back against the pole or anything like that. So to perform the hip hinge, all we're going to do is maintaining these 3 points of contact. We're going to send our hips towards the wall behind us. And what you're paying attention to is those 3 points of contact. So I don't want my head to hang. I don't want to overextend at the mid-back. I don't want to go so low that I lose the contact here. And then you're going to come back up. And so it's really important that you can maintain those 3 points of contact because that is your neutral spine position. So step one, learn how to perform the hip hinge to help maintain a neutral spine. So now that you know how to find your neutral spine, it's important that we learn how to maintain that neutral spine with a little bit of resistance or weight that's pulling us down. So a safe way to do this is with an exercise called the banded hip hinge. So I've got one of these red rubber resistance bands. I'm going to grab each side and place it on the floor. Try to step right in the middle, keeping your feet about hip width apart so that I'm standing, holding on to each side. And from there, we're going to perform that same hip hinge movement. So all we're going to do is send our hips back. And again, we want to pretend like we have that pull on our back where I'm keeping that nice neutral spine just until I feel tension in the hamstrings and stand back up. And so again, this is a great way to learn how to maintain that neutral spine with a little bit of resistance before we get going to heavier weights like we will with the deadlift. So now that you know how to find and maintain your neutral spine with a little bit of resistance, we can start lifting weight. And a great progression from the banded hip hinge is an elevated kettlebell deadlift. This is going to allow us to just pretty much keep the hinge movement, but now we're just going to be lifting weight off of the floor or these blocks. So to perform this movement, you're going to put your feet right outside the kettlebell. Don't stand too far back. You're going to be right outside. From there, all you're going to do is perform that same hip hinge that we did before, where you're going to send your hips back and your arms will straight down just until you get to the weight. So again, you can see this is the exact same hip hinge that we've done in the previous two movements. But now, as I stand back up, I'm going to bring the weight with me and I'm going to set it back down the same way with that strong focus on maintaining that neutral spine with each repetition. So once you feel comfortable with the elevated kettlebell deadlift, now we can move the weight to the floor and perform our very first deadlift. So we're going to be doing kettlebell deadlifts instead of barbell deadlifts just because it's a little bit easier to control and a little bit safer. We can control the weight a little bit more until we get the movement down. So to perform, it's going to be very similar to the elevated kettlebell deadlift where I'm going to start with my feet on the outside of the weight. From there, I'm going to perform that same hip hinge. Now the only difference is that I can't get all the way to the weight with the hip hinge unless I start rounding at my low back. So what we want is to perform that hip hinge. Once I can't go any lower without losing my spinal position, then I can bend my knees. So I bend my knees to get the rest of the way down. Now it's time to lift. So all we're gonna do, again, we wanna pay attention to our spinal positioning. We wanna keep our hips as low as we can and keep our chest up. And then we're gonna press through our feet to stand up. And you just wanna make sure you have the same attention on the way down, where I'm gonna hinge and then bend my knees to get the weight the rest of the way down. So there you have it. That is your first deadlift. Follow these progressions to help you build strength without stressing your joints.